I'm Benji Kooijmans. Some of you might have introduced yourself to me. Can everybody hear me? Ozzy, is it good? Closer? Okay. Some of you might have introduced yourself to me, since I stand right there by the door and have recently asked everyone to introduce themselves to me as you're walking out of the bait. And I am leading, in a sense, I'm leading PTP. And PTP is this time on Thursday that everybody, hopefully all of you, will get a chance to share some of your Torah that you've learned throughout the year. Everybody has crazy ideas and everybody has crazy connections that everybody makes. Last year, I believe, someone gave a PTP connecting Torah to certain themes from the Joker or comic books that were recently coming out at that time. And those were honestly probably one of my favorite PTPs given by Max Yacker, if anyone remembers. And I'm honestly really excited. If anybody has anything to share, anything of Torah related, just text me and I could get you in as a PTP. And for the next few weeks though, Shana Bet has reserved the rights because everybody is deciding to make a Siyum, including me. So after maybe Sukkot, I could get you guys in to maybe give PTPs if you guys are interested. I was lucky enough to make a Siyum on Chagiga. And the point that I wanted to discuss is that as human beings, as social beings, we have a tendency to attract to people around us. And now with us being in such a large yeshiva, surrounded by amazing people, we come into finally calming down after everybody's out of bidud. We kind of have a sense now that now our year is starting, now the year starts. And when coming into yeshiva, people have set themselves certain expectations for how this year is going to go, even though those expectations might as well have flown out the window the second Corona hit. People will have eventually set in expectations, and people will be the expectations might have reached and not hit the same way. And this could lead to confusion, concern, uncertainty, and could honestly scare people. I'm scared. Uncertainty is terrifying. But the most important thing is, as social beings, is to realize that there are people around you. Everybody has friends, and everybody has rebbeims. And in the beginning of your life, you have your parents to look up towards you. In school, you have your friends, your rebbeim. Everyone there is there to talk to you. Later on, hopefully, Be'ezrat Hashem, everybody will have a spouse that they'll be able to discuss to. They'll be able to talk to. And a driving factor that I want to talk about is to make sure that you have that friend that you can rely on, that you can talk to, that you can open up to. Luckily enough, during quarantine, I was able to stay with my family, and my brother had an insane idea at the beginning of, I believe it was somewhere July, after he ended school. He said, let's finish a Mesechta. Let's learn Mesechta. And I was like, of course, coming out of Shana Aleph, I was like, well, I guess I have to step up to the plate. I have to help him. And my dad was just there also, able to bring us together. And we managed to do it. Every day, one of us decided to learn the Amud, and at the end of the day, we would teach it to each other. We would decide, I don't know who started it. I think my brother started it because it was his idea. So he started, he learned the first Amud. Doesn't matter how he learned it, and he managed to, that night, we all sat together at the table, and he taught it to us. And every day, we went solidly going on, and then there was a week, however, where my dad had to bring my sister to Camp Hask, and so he was out of the house for the time. He was staying in a hotel near Camp Hask, but so we had a pause time. But during that pause time, we still wanted to try Zooming, which didn't really work because everybody knows Zoom has its capabilities, but it's also not the best way, so we decided to continue after the week, and we kept on going till suddenly when Lev HaTorah came out with this idea to have everybody come in on July 20th, and I booked my ticket, and so it kind of threw a wrench in our system. And then we decided to maybe do a DAFA day, which kind of sounded crazy, and we counted it wasn't going to work, but then Israel shut down and we couldn't come in, or the visas didn't work out. I can't remember the rule completely, but we managed to finally, at the end of the summer, at the end of quarantine, we managed to finish it all. And something that I can grasp out of this story, out of what happened with me, is if you guys have any goals this year, if you have any ideas, any crazy like habits that you want to get rid of, or like things you want to do, have a friend with you, have someone pushing you, have someone who shares the same goal with you, and then every step of the way, have them there, have them be there. If you want to wake up, on time for davening, which is probably the hardest thing to do for a Shana Aleph person, especially talking about me last year was very hard. But if you have a friend next to you that is there, that wants you to succeed, and you want them to succeed, you're gonna succeed, because it's not easy. Or if you want to finish a Masechta, like in my story, have a friend, learn the Amud during the day, or learn a portion of it, and then teach it to you that night, or during your own independent study time, when you have time to spend where you have time to learn for yourself. I want to wish everybody to find their own goals, to find something for them to do this year that they can make their own, and then they can make it their own with their group. And I want to wish everyone Hatzlacha and much success with the rest of this year. And now I'm going to do the finish Mesechet Chagiga. Adron alach Mesechet Chagiga hadran alan. Da'atan alach Mesechet Chagiga v'da'ata chalan. La nitnase minach Mesechet Chagiga v'la mitnase minam. V'la ba'alma haden v'la ba'alma hadate. Adran alach Mesechet Chagiga hadran alan. Da'atan alach Mesechet Chagiga v'da'ata chalan. لا نتنسى منך بسيختس خجيجة ولا نتنسى منها لا بعلما هدين بعلما داته هدران الأخ مسيختة خجيجة هدران الآن داتها الأخ مسيختة خجيجة داتها الآن لا نتنسى منها مسيختة خجيجة لا نتنسى منها لا بعلما هدين ولا بعلما هداته יהי רצון מפניך ענה אלינו ולאבותינו שתהא תורתך ואמונתנו בעולם הזה ותהא עמנו לעולם הבא חנינה בר פאפה, רמי בר פאפה, נחמן בר פאפה, אחי בר פאפה, אבא מרי בר פאפה, רפרה בר פאפה, רחיש בר פאפה, סוחה בר פאפה, עדה בר פאפה, דרו בר פאפה. הרב נא אלינו את דברי תורתך בפי ומפיות עמך בית ישראל, הנה כולנו אנחנו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודע שמך ולומדי תורתך, ישמע, מהעבר תחכמני מצוותיך כי לעולם היא לי. יהי ליבי תמיד בחוקיך למען לא אבוש, לעולם לא אשכח חיקותיך כי בם חייתני ברוך אתה למדני חוקיך אמן 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 סלע ועד. מודים אנחנו לפניך ענה אלינו ולאבותינו ששמת חלקנו מיושב בית מדרש ולא שמת חלקנו מיושב קרנות. שאנו משכימים והם משכימים, אנו משכימים לדברי תורה והם משכימים לדברי בתהילים, אנו עמלים והם עמלים, אנו עמלים ומקבלים שכר והם עמלים ואין מקבלים שכר, אנו רצים והם רצים, אנו רצים לחי העולם הבא והם רצים נברא שחת, שנאמר ואתה אלוהים תורידם לבאר שחת אנשי דמים ומרמה לא יחצו עמהם ואני עבדך בך. יהי רצון לפניך אדוני אלוהי כשם שעזרתני לסיים מסכת חגיגה, כן תעזרני להתחיל מסכת וספרים אחרים, לסיימם, ללמוד וללמד, לשמור, לעשות ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה, וזכות כל התענים והמורים ותלמידי חכמים. יעמוד לי לזרעי שלא תמוש התורה מפי ומפי זרעי זרע זרעי עד עולם ותתקיים בי מתהלכך תנחה אותך ובשכבך תשמור עליך וקיצות היא תשיחך כי וירבו ימיך ויוסיפי לך שנות חיים אורך ימים בימינה בשמאלה אוסר בכבוד. עיני עוז לעמויתם, עיני ואיך חמו בשלום. התקדע שמי רבה. ואמר דיבר הוא עתיד התחדעת לחיה, מתיה לעסקה, יתהון לחי עלמה ולביני קרתה ירושלם ולשחלל והלך בגבה ולמקר ולחנה נוחאה מן ערה להטבה פלחנה די שמיה לאתרה והמליך קודשה בריחו שלוחותה ויקרא וביחון וביובחון בכל בית ישראל בגלה בזמן קריב אמו אמן. יש רבה מבורך לעולם ולמי המיה יטבח וישפע ויתפעל ויתחומה ויתנשא ויתדע ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי קדושה בריחו דלא מקביחתה ושירתה תושבחתה מנחמתה דאמי רן ועמד אמו אמן על ישראל ועל רבנן ועל תלמידי הון ועל כל תלמידי הון ועל כל מהן דעסיק ורואה את הדי ואחת הדן ודי בכל אתר ואתר יהיה להון נכון שלמה רבה חינה וחיסה ורחמים וחיין אריכים ומזני ריחב ופח קנה מי קדם ובאון די בשמי בימו אמן. יש למה רב אמין שמי וחי עלינו ועל כל ישראל בימו אמן. עושה שלום עם רב, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל בימו אמן.
Sachar